Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is 1-4-HW1 inverse operations. Now I'm going to walk you through some of the homework problems here. So our first problem here is, what are the solutions to the equation 6/7 times x squared equals 30.85714,286? So we're going to try to find those solutions. Your goal, enter your solutions or your answers in the space provided. Enter only your answers. So we have two options here. We have the x equals. We're going to give one answer here and put one answer here. So let's walk you through it. First things first is that we want to write down our equation. 6/7 times x squared equals 30.85714,286. This is our given. Next, we're going to divide by 6/7 to both sides of the equation. As we see here, divide by 6/7 and divide by 6/7 to both sides. Next is take the square root of both sides of the equation. So we have our x squared, because that's what's left over, because 6/7 times and divide by 6/7, they're going to cancel out. 30.85714,286 divided by 6/7 gets you 36. We're very, very close to, because our number, it got chopped off in the calculator, but it should get somewhere around 36. Take the square root of 36 to both sides, and we get our solution of x equals plus minus 6. Remember, this stands for plus 6 and minus 6. So our two answers for x are positive 6 and negative 6. Positive 6 and negative 6. Alright, next is problem number 2. What are the solutions to the equation 3/4 times x squared equals 12? You're going to enter your answers in the space provided and enter only your answers. So we have x equals and x equals. So the first step is to write down what you're given. You're given 3/4 times x squared equals 12. That's our given. Next, you're going to divide by 3/4 to both sides of the equation, as you see right here. The reason why we divide by 3/4 is because we have a times 3/4. We want to move that times 3/4 to the other side. So we use our inverse operations. The opposite of times 3/4 is divide by 3/4. So these two are going to cancel each other out. So we only have x squared on the left-hand side. 12 divided by 3/4. Remember to make sure you put those parentheses in your calculator. 12 divided by 3/4 is 16. So we have x squared, carry down an equal sign, 12 divided by 3/4 gets you 16. Next, we have to get rid of this squared. The opposite of squared is square root. So we take the square root of both sides of the equation. As we see here, x squared, square root gets you an x. And the square root of 16 is positive 4, and it's also negative 4. So we have two answers here, positive 4 and negative 4. And those are our two answers that we're going to put up here. On the park, it's two little drop boxes. Alright. The next problem is problem number 3. What are the solutions to the equation 8/5 times x squared equals 78.4? And then we're going to enter our two answers in those two drop boxes in the park type format. Let's walk you through problem number 3. What we have first is our given. 8/5 times x squared equals 78.4. First thing we're going to do is divide by 8/5 to both sides of that equation, because we want to move that 8/5 over to the other side. They cancel each other out. 78.4 divided by 8/5 gets us 49. Carry down the x squared. So the x squared equals 49. Now to get rid of that squared and just get x all by itself, we do the inverse operation. The inverse operation of squared is square root. So we're going to do the square root to both sides of the equation. The square root of 49 is 7, and it's also negative 7. Because 7 times 7 gets you 49, and negative 7 times negative 7 gets you 49. So those are our two answers, positive 7 and negative 7. And that's the answer to number 3. Next up is problem number 4. So here's problem number 4. We got 7/11 times x squared equals 91.63. Now notice up here, this is a bar notation. You guys probably talked about that in middle school. That means this 6-3 is going to repeat over and over and over again. And I'm going to try to max out the calculator, do a whole bunch of 6-3s after. So, we're going to do the same thing as we've been doing, trying to find the values of x. The first step is our given. 7/11 times x squared equals 91.63. Now this 6-3 is a whole bunch of 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. It's a whole bunch of 6-3s after. So that's our first step. Our next step is that we're going to divide by 7/11 to both sides of the equation. Notice I have them in parentheses. I like putting my fractions in parentheses. Times and division are opposites of one another, so that's how I get rid of it. So I divide by 7/11 to both sides of that equal sign. 7/11 times and divide by 7/11, they cancel out, and we get x squared. 91.6363636663 divided by 7/11 gets you around 144. That's the number we're looking for in this problem. We're going to then take the square root, because that's the opposite of squared. X squared, the square root, will get us x. And the square root of 144 is 12. So x equals plus minus 12. Because positive 12 times positive 12 gets you 144. And negative 12 times negative 12 gets you 144. Those are our answers to the first 4. It's your job to get all the rest of the answers. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And these are problems just like numbers 1 through 4. Give it your best chance. Give it your best effort. Make sure you hit the submit button on the bottom, so you submit it for credit. Remember, if you're still having trouble with this, you could always come to Extra Help. Thank you, and have a good night.